We just saw DeAndre Hopkins make a massive contract with the Cardinals, $27 million over a year over the next 2 years, which shattered the wide receiver contract record.
Do you don't think he deserves that?
I'm just asking, do you think this is a trend that'll continue, or do you think this is an exception to the rule, him making like $7 million more than the next wide receiver, even if he is the best receiver in football? Do you think that will be a trend, like they should be paid the highest amount after the quarterbacks?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't think we'll ever see a receiver with one of those Mahomes contracts that we saw earlier this year. But in terms of that, obviously receivers pretty valuable position in today's game, especially as it's moving more towards pass and less away from the run game, whether you like that or not. So I think you could continue to see that with guys like Michael Thomas. Obviously Hopkins got done, Julio, stuff like that. But that's a lot of money. And I don't think they'll ever get to the quarterback level, but I think they'll be up there in terms of football with the highest contracts, just with the way the game's going. So
I don't think you'll see anybody else make $27 million a year for a very long time at the wide receiver position. The fact that we saw it is because I do believe when healthy, Hopkins plays hurt and healthy, right, the guy is consistent. He doesn't really miss any games. So do I think he deserves it? Yes. Now, again, the quarterback position will always be the highest paid position because it's the most important position on the field. And I believe that Deshaun Watson got the best contract I've seen in NFL history because he got $40 million a year for 5 years. He's not in a contract for 10. So I think that's a better deal than Mahomes because Deshaun could actually opt out of his fourth year in his contract and then go become a free agent again. He'll still be primarily in his prime of his career. So I think Watson got the better deal than Mahomes, but Mahomes got that $550 million deal for 10 years. I mean, it's an incredible deal. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. All right. Mr. Mahoney, we asked some silly questions. I'm sure Jillian has gone over some of them with you. We do like to have fun with the recruits, and we're not scholars like you. I mean, 3.8, 3.9, 4.0, except maybe Speedy in his own little dream world. But all in all, we like to have fun with you guys. So are you ready?
Yeah. Yep.
Come on. A little bit more enthusiasm. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. I am ready.
Hi, there it is. The sir. What did I tell you, Speedy? These recruits, I feel like my grandfather when they call me sir or Mr. Marks. I mean, Mr. Marks. I mean, when somebody told me, say Mr. Marks, when I got him on a show, I think it was like one of the first recruits we've ever interviewed. I think it was like a couple of months ago. And he called me Mr. Marks. I was like, dude, if you ever call me Mr. Marks again, and I'll never forget it because it just irked me because I felt old. When somebody calls you Mr. Marks, then you really hit that pedestal. Okay, old man. I'm calling you Mister. You're no longer sir, or you're no longer Errol. You are Mr. Marks.
If all our recruits were our military, you would be a good captain.
I do not want to be Mr. Marks. Once I hear Mr. Marks, I want to hide under a table. Okay. All right. So here we go. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. First question: boxers or briefs, and why?
I go to school, and I'm going right to practice after.
Commando.
So I'm probably a briefs guy just in terms of that's probably a better option for athletics after school. So I guess that's my reasoning on that one.
That's the nice way of putting it, right? I mean, the scholar way of putting it. You don't want to answer the question on the truth here.
Yeah, we'll plead the fifth on that one.
Well, that's all right. I mean, I like to have silly answers. I've heard some silly answers, but it's okay. You could go commando too. Nobody would even care. So don't worry about it.
Him and Trevor Price.
Oh, that's true. Trevor Price already told us, ex-NFL player told us that he would go commando. So he would absolutely go commando. No briefs, no boxers. Why not? I mean, you only live once. You might as well wear nothing. So there you go. What is your favorite snack to eat before a game and why?
I like a lot of Italian food, spaghetti, cavatelli, stuff like that, garlic bread, all that stuff. I don't know. I started doing that last year and really just fills you up because I don't like getting hungry in the middle of games. So just a bunch of pasta or cavatelli or stuff like that.
Dude, you look like a pole. How much do you weigh?
About 175, 180.
You weigh 175, 180, and you got to eat a bowl of pasta before a game. Man, oh man, I remember when I was young. When I graduated from school, I was a big time athlete too, runner. I played football, but I was a hockey player. I was a top prospect as a hockey player. And I graduated from high school at 125, 128 pounds.
Oh,
Could you
wow.
imagine that? I
That's
was
great.
a light little feather, but believe it or not, I was fast as hell, and I was mean. I was a very mean hockey player. So I played bigger than I was. So, and I could never, the coach used to tell me, eat starch, eat spaghetti before games, the day before games, put on some mass. I couldn't eat any of that. I'd throw up before the game because of the adrenaline rush. I couldn't.
Yeah, drink a milkshake before bed. That's the way to put on weight.
Oh, that's even better, man. Spaghetti then milkshakes after the game.
Yep,
Great
there you
job.
Yeah.
Great job. Could you imagine going to the bathroom the next day? Jesus.
Favorite flavor of milkshake while we're on that?
Chocolate for sure.
Chocolate, huh?
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm more I like the vanilla. Even though I like chocolate, I'm not a chocolate milkshake fan.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like a lot of chocolate stuff, but not a lot of chocolate ice cream.
No, I love chocolate ice
Oh,
cream.
you do? Oh, that's
Love
interesting.
chocolate ice
Okay.
cream. I don't like chocolate milkshakes.
Huh.
Yeah, so
Wow, okay.
I'm a weirdo, okay, Mr. Mahoney. I'm going to call you Mr. Mahoney because you called me sir. So, Mr. Mahoney, I do not like chocolate milkshakes. I like chocolate. I don't like chocolate milkshakes. I'm a very weird person. Anyways, let's go back to the subject here. Blondes or brunettes, and why?
Oh man, I got my mom watching. I don't know if I can be answering all these.
Tell the truth. I mean, you're going to Princeton now. You're going to see a lot of smart women over there. Are you engaged? Do you have a girlfriend? What do you got?
You just gotta look for all the right qualities. I don't really got a type to be honest, but just all the right qualities that you're looking for. That's probably all I'll say on that.
That's why he's answering these questions smoothly. Mommy's watching. Hi, Mom. I'm sure Dad's watching. Hi, guys. I mean, I'm just trying to have some fun with your son, man. I'm just a ma'am. Now you probably feel old with me. So there you go. So she's probably the same age as me, more than likely. How old is your mom? Don't mind me. Don't tell me her age. Give me a roundabout on how old she is.
She's around 50.
All right. So she's only like 12 years older than me. I'm 38, man. So I'm getting up there, man. I'm getting up there. I don't have any children like going to Princeton or Notre Dame, but Mom's done something right. You two are smart kids, athletes. So is Dad. So I give you guys a lot of credit. I'm going to give you 5 people that you have to choose who you want to date from 1 to 5. And I want you to put in order. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So you like blondes, right?
Sure.
All right, because you didn't really give me an answer to that, so we'll mix it around. Mila Kunis, Keira Knightley, Scarlett Johansson, Jessica Albers, or Speedy Petey. That's him right over here. In order.
So 1 being best.
1 being best, the person you want to take on a date first.
I'll probably go you said Scarlett Johansson's one of them. Jessica Alba was one.
Yeah, that would be 2. Okay.
I think they're all great actresses. Petey, I'll probably put you last, but that's just that's nothing against you.
I'm not mad. The first 2 that got asked this question actually put me first, so I was due for a little bit of a letdown. I'm not mad though. I'm surprised I wasn't last more often.
And if I'm being honest, I don't know the other 2. So
Mila Kunis, who was on That 70s Show. She's married to Ashton Kutcher, if you know.
Okay.
She Mila Kunis, and Keira Knightley, who was on what was that movie with Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I can't say I can picture one of them. I like Pirates of the Caribbean though, so I guess she'll go next, and then Mila Kunis after.
All right, so we see that he's a Scarlett Johansson fan. Okay, so there we go. So Mom, we know the typical woman that he would like to date, somewhere around the lines of Scarlett Johansson. Am I right?
Which preferred hair color for Scarlett Johansson? Because she changed her hair color 3 times in the Marvel when she was playing.
I
Black
think
Widow.
she's a natural blonde, if
Okay.
I'm not mistaken. So I think she is.
Matt, what's your preference though?
She was good in the Avengers, so I'll just go with the Avengers.
I think she was redhead in that one in the first Avengers.
Okay, there you go.
I'm pretty sure.
What's your favorite subject in school, my friend?
That's tough. I like math a lot. I'm taking 2 math classes right now, and then probably go with like a history, government type thing after that.
Real, I like history. I'm not a math person. Terrible at math. I mean,
I like history and stuff like that. So
the regular math questions I'm pretty good with, multiplication, subtracting, division. But once we go to pre-calculus or geometry, when it comes to angles and stuff, I don't want to hear about it. That's something I have no interest in understanding. Even though as a hockey player, it was all angles. I mean, if you play defense or goaltending, it was all angles. You see, I can see the angles on, playing the game, but when it comes to mathematical equations, I just can't answer them. So if a professor comes to me and asks me what is it?
Hypotheum or something like that. I don't even remember.
You see this? You see what I'm telling you?
Hypotenuse.
Yeah. Hypotenuse. Yeah. There you go. I'm sure you know what the hypotenuse is. So there you go. I haven't been in school in about 13 years, man. So it's far from me. And I'm sure mom and dad over there probably are a little lost with that too. But then again, that's why they have 2 very smart sons. Do you have any brothers and sisters besides you and your brother, or it's just you 2?
No, but it's just us 2.
Really, man? So it's 2 boys.
Yep.
2 boys from one to the other. So let me ask you, before we let you go, one more question, and I'll let you go. Is there any person that really stands out in professional football, wide receiver or any position, that you can compare your game to?
I really try to model my game after Thielen, like we mentioned earlier, but also Michael Thomas. That guy last year, he was facing all these teams were game planning to stop him. And I know he started off rough a little bit this year, but I think he's just kind of the perfect example of just running great routes and getting open and just making plays. So those 2 guys I've really tried to play like and model my game after. So Edelman's a great route runner out of the slot. Love watching him. Then just those guys who make plays on the outside, any of those guys you can think of, but especially Thomas and Thielen. So
everybody brings up a Patriots.
No, yeah. As long as you're not a Patriot fan, we're good.
Would have thrown Diggs in there a couple months ago, but then he went to the Bills. So
he's a crybaby.
Errol hates Diggs anyway.
He's a crybaby. I don't like him. So it's good that you didn't, because then me and you would probably have it out with each other. But I still love you, man. I still love you. One of our fans have one question for you before we let you go. Do you prefer running routes to the boundary side or the field? Hold on. Boundary side of the field or towards the hash?
I like being into the boundary just more because the ball gets out quicker. You don't have to track it as long, and you can make plays quicker after you catch it. So I like being into the boundary, but to be honest, I don't really have have big preference there. But if I was just to choose one, I'd probably say into the boundary.
All right. So before we let you go, I want you to tell the fans how they can find you on social media.
Yeah. Math on Instagram, Matthew Mahoney _ and then on Twitter, just Matthew Mahoney 0.
Matt,
MATTHEW. There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I almost cut you off there, but listen, man, we're pals now. So when the season does start for Princeton, we would love to get you back on, talk a little Princeton football with you. And we're going to follow you and definitely watch your growth as a college football player. We'd like to stay in touch with you and see how you're doing with school and hopefully see you grow as a football player, as a student, and hopefully in the future, maybe play professional football in the future.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I really appreciate you guys having me on, and can't thank you enough for having me out. So,
well, I will tell you this: Jillian is our superstar. She's the one that reaches out to all the recruits, and she found you, and we really appreciate you joining us this late at night. What time is it over there?
It is 10:04.
So there you go. I mean, it's 10:04 over there by you. It's 11:04 by us over here. So we really appreciate thank your parents for letting you come on, and looking forward to getting you on in the very near future, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.